Wunderschöne, gute Samstag an euch alle und danke, dass ihr gekommen seid. Ich bin eigentlich ein stolz Iraner, Österreicher. Ich komme aus dem Iran und auf beide Länder bin ich ganz stolz. Aber damit meine Nachricht eine größere Gruppe von Zuhörern antrifft, ich halte meine Nachricht auf Englisch. International law, the rules-based order. These days, these terms are very popular. On January 20th, Mr. Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, started his speech in Davos by mentioning how the rules-based order is fading. He then continued, and I quote, "Intermediate powers are not powerless. They have the capacity to build a new order that encompasses our values, human rights, sustainable development, solidarity, sovereignty, and the territorial integrity of states." He cited a piece from The Power of Powerless, written by Václav Havel, and mentioned, "We knew the story of the international rules-based order was partially false, that the strongest would exempt themselves when convenient, that trade rules were enforced asymmetrically, and we knew that international law applied with varying rigor depending on the identity of the accused or the victim. As a result, many countries are drawing the same conclusion. They must develop greater strategic autonomy, because when the rules no longer protect you, you must protect yourself." And many other political leaders agreed with the message his speech delivered. But only 6 weeks later, in the middle of a very promising round of negotiations between Iran and the United States, diplomacy was once again betrayed. The United States supported its long-standing partner in crime and started an illegal war on Iran. And as if bombing a sovereign country was not bad enough, they managed to break their own record in committing atrocities against humanity by bombing a primary school with 170 students between the ages of 6 and 11 in a small city called Minab within the first hours. They bombed this school not once, but twice within 10 minutes. Just to make sure that the children who survived the first strike, who had sought shelter in the school's prayer room, were killed in the second strike. 165 students and several teachers were killed. Seeing the drastic shift among the world's leaders and the awakening wave flowing through people and societies, one would hope the political leaders would finally take the correct stance, that they would act differently now than they did 8 months ago. After all, they claimed they would no longer play by the old rules. They themselves admitted that international law was applied depending on the identity of the accused or the victim. But the very same politicians, one after another, started supporting the illegal attack on Iran by their allies while condemning the victim, Iran. Why? Because Iran learned long before they did that when the rules no longer protect you, you must protect yourself. Only a few of these leaders had the courage to stay within the limits of their ethical boundaries, an asset that others do not seem to find within themselves. And once more, we learned that international law seems to have different editions depending on whom it might concern. This reminds me of the very famous sentence from George Orwell's Animal Farm. We are all equal, but some of us are more equal. But I would like to mention, a good story can work in both directions. For you, the world's leaders, the powerful, and for us, the so-called powerless, the people. While you support each other in crimes and atrocities, we, the people, won't stay silent. We will stand by what is right, because we have maintained our moral boundaries. We are here, united, to raise our voices against this unjust and illegal war. And we ask you to stand with us. Use your power while you still have it. And do the right thing. Stop the war on Iran. And as a final message, I would like to remind the world's leaders. So far it was Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Gaza, Lebanon. You might think these countries are all in Middle East, far away from us, far away from home. But remember, yesterday it was Venezuela. Today it's Iran. Tomorrow it might be Greenland, or even you. Sometimes all it takes is saying no to the bully. Ich bitte euch, eure Stimme überall in alle Plattformen hochhalten und uns, den Iranern, helfen. Es geben viele Iraner, die einfach gegen diesen Krieg sind, aber sie haben Angst, etwas zu sagen. Und wie ihr alle schon gesehen habt, dieses Krieg hat mit unserem Namen angefangen. Es hat angefangen, um Demokratie für Iraner zu bringen. Diese Typ von Demokratie wollen wir nicht. And as the last word, stop the war on Iran. Stop bombing children, schools, hospitals. And don't bomb my country in my name. Danke.